one of the things that you said at the top of your intro is that I'm a humanist. And you led with saying I'm a humanist. What does that mean?
That means I'm very, for me, what it means is
Yeah.
I'll put it in AI terms, like I think I've always been aware of relevancy. To me, like the intersection of, human relevancy and technology has always sort of been on my mind, like my dad was a UPS driver and, I understand like how important it is to be relevant. And so, oftentimes I find myself in these discussions where it's like, oh, just technology, we should just accelerate at all costs. And, like it can't do anything but be good and blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, you know, like every big evolution of technology has always come with the opportunity for humans to level up, to upskill, to do all those things, right? Because the second that the farms were introduced to the tractor, and it went all of a sudden like 80% of the world who was working in agriculture is now diminished to one. They still, like human beings, still had a chance to upskill, work to the, get into the factories and still be productive, right? And then the robot arms come into the factories and technology starts to evolve there, and the humans still had a 2 decade or 3 decade chance to evolve, learn, upskill, go to school, and start to get involved in the services industry. And so um, today, the humanist means to me is like we're really important, like to the way that the world spins. And I think people who don't consider like it's a big focus for the institute, right? Like we say human in the loop all the time, and but we really do mean it because you very few of these technologies are taking place without a lot of human involvement, right? But personally, you know, 5 years ago, maybe I was probably like a doomsayer. Like I was like a P10 doomer. I was like, I mean, I would get like these discussions all the time with these accelerationists, and I'd be like, man, I don't know if you understand it. Like, what makes people tick is waking up in the morning and having a purpose and feeling relevant. And I'm really concerned that technology has now moved so fast that it's not that humans aren't capable of reskilling, upskilling, but the compressed time between the shift that I think we're seeing now, right, and the historical shifts we've seen with these major advancements, it's going to be at a level that I don't think anybody really, really,
So
really
it used to
understands.
be at a time scale that humans had enough, you can shift, you can learn, maybe it happens once in your lifetime or maybe twice in your lifetime, but now it's
Yeah.
happening every year. I think the piece that is also extremely interesting to me is how you call out relevancy. And so it's not necessarily relevancy from needing to earn an income. I mean, maybe it is that, but that's not what you're calling out. But you're talking
No.
about meaning for a human. And in order to have meaning, you need to be relevant. You need to fit somewhere into the puzzle and not just be doing irrelevant work because you could work and maybe it doesn't matter because the robots and AI can do all of it. And I think that's a very human aspect of the equation, and we are humans, go figure. So,
Yeah.
but to have meaning, you also need what you do needs to matter, right? And it
Yeah.
matters if
Yeah.
it's relevant, and if relevant can be impacting your local community, impacting the world, anywhere in between. But I think relevancy is a very key piece that's not often talked about when we talk about the relentless advance of technology and AI.
Yeah. Like purpose. I mean, like, and like, I mean, the big argument is, well, technology is just going to replace the tasks that are monotonous and people really don't like doing anyway. I'm like, well, have you polled all 8 billion people on the planet? I mean, there really are people who, you know, they show up to work, they check groceries out, like they love doing that. There is that element to it that isn't lost. I get it. Like not everybody in the world would love to do monotonous tasks, and I understand technology can do a lot of these things that humans can do, but I mean, you can't speak for the entire population of human beings when you say, oh, well, they don't want to probably do that anyway. I don't know. I mean, maybe not. I'm not saying
So,
everybody that is, you know, checking groceries out or digging, I'm not saying that everybody loves that job either. But I am
but
saying,
there's
Yeah.
maybe a place and there's a piece for the people.
Yeah.